Whispers of Hallowshade, a night among shadows. In the heart of Florida, in a small town, known more for its citrus groves than its bustling activity, there lay an old, abandoned manor, swallowed by vines and whispered tales. This manor, known to locals as the Hallowshade, was the centerpiece of a very terrifying story involving multiple people who dared to challenge the legends that surrounded it. The story begins on a humid, moonlit night when a group of 5 friends, driven by a mix of curiosity and bravado, decided to explore the Hallowshade. They were Alex, the de facto leader, Sam, the skeptic Jamie, the believer in all things supernatural Casey, who loved adventures, and Taylor, who was there more out of peer pressure than interest. As they approached the manor, the air grew colder, and an uneasy silence enveloped them, broken only by the sound of their footsteps on the old cobblestone path. "This is it, the Hallowshade," Alex announced, his voice betraying a hint of excitement mixed with fear. Sam rolled his eyes. "It's just an old house, guys. There's no such thing as ghosts." They pushed open the creaking front door, and a musty smell greeted them. Inside, the house seemed to groan under its own weight, the sound echoing through the empty halls. According to legend, Jamie whispered, the Hallowshade was home to the Whitmore family, who vanished without a trace one night, leaving behind a house cursed by their unsettled spirits. The group moved from room to room, their flashlights casting long shadows that danced along the walls. In the grand dining hall, they found a table set, as if waiting for guests, the silverware tarnished and the china covered in dust. "This is creepy," Casey murmured, her voice barely above a whisper. Suddenly, Taylor, who had been trailing behind, let out a piercing scream. The friends rushed back to find Taylor staring at a mirror, her face pale with fear. I saw someone behind me in the reflection. But when I turned around, there was no one there," she stammered. Sam tried to laugh it off. "It's just your imagination, Tay. Come on, let's keep moving." But the atmosphere had shifted. What started as a thrilling adventure now felt like a descent into a nightmare. As they ascended the creaky staircase to explore the second floor, the air grew even colder, and an inexplicable sense of dread weighed heavily on them. They entered what appeared to be a child's bedroom, where a dusty doll lay on the floor, its eyes seeming to follow their every move. It was then that the inexplicable happened. The door slammed shut with a force that shook the walls, and the room plunged into darkness. They heard a soft giggle, chillingly childlike, echoing around them. Panic set in as they scrambled for the door, only to find it locked. "Let us out," Alex shouted, his voice cracking in fear. The giggling grew louder, surrounding them, as if multiple unseen entities were closing in. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the giggling stopped, and the door swung open, revealing the dimly lit hallway. Without a word, the group fled the house, not stopping until they reached the safety of their car, the manor looming ominously behind them in the rearview mirror. They drove away in silence, each lost in their own thoughts, trying to make sense of what they had experienced. From that night on, the friends seldom spoke of what happened at the Hallowshade. But it was clear that something had changed. Taylor moved away not long after, saying she needed a fresh start. Jamie delved deeper into the paranormal, seeking answers that never came. Casey, Sam, and Alex drifted apart, the shared trauma creating an invisible barrier between them. The Hallowshade Manor stood silently, a testament to the mysteries that lay within. Locals say that on certain nights, when the moon is just right, you can hear the laughter of children and the echoes of a family that never left.